Hello, my beauties. And I hope you're having an absolutely marvelous day, a magical day. This is Michelle, Magical Michelle, and it is another magical Monday. Or if you're watching this later, hashtag replay. I just hope you're having a really good day. So today we are at this really interesting PowerPoint, which is halfway between the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. So I just kind of want to put it out there that if you're feeling the intensity, it's because it's really, really intense. So lean in instead of lean out. My biggest piece of advice for you right now is to feel into what is happening and what you would need to push through. What is it you truly desire? I just got back from hello. I just got back from Egypt, and one of the things that was happening when we were in alignment was instant manifestations. And so I just kind of wanted to talk about how would you get into alignment for instant manifestation. And so I kind of want to dig into that because when you're feeling like everything is going your way, you start expecting more things to go your way. Unless you're in that place where, oh my God, everything's going my way, and you actually cut it off because you're going, oh, everything's going my way, what's going to go wrong? And then you're going to get exactly what you expect. You're going to get that place where it's going to be wrong. And so when you're in the place of I'm expecting everything to go right, it is going to go right. And you start instantly expecting it to go right, and then another thing happens, and then it goes even more right, and then you're in more alignment. And it's just a frequency that keeps happening. So what we want to do is get on the track of expecting instant manifestations, get on the track of expecting that things are going to go your way, that this is a benevolent experience that you're having, because I really do believe that the creative life force energy is neutral. It's not necessarily good or bad, but our own mind has been taught to expect something to go wrong. And what happens is our brain waves are actually trained to be looking to solve problems. So the first step in creating the expectation that something's going to go right is to start training your brain over and over again, the neural pathways, to be looking for something to go right. You've probably all heard about, if you've seen let's say you own a blue Toyota, all of a sudden every car on the road is a blue Toyota. Or you're driving a white Jeep, every car that you see is a white Jeep. There was always the same amount of blue Toyotas or white Jeeps out there, but the moment you start thinking about it, seeing it, you're going to magnetize, be more aware of those things. So when you start training your brain to look for, how is today going to be a good day? How am I going to be in alignment? How and what am I going to do to bring in what I'm looking for instead of what I don't want? So you start actually seeing that things are happening and manifesting immediately. When we were on the boat on the Nile, there was this gorgeous ship, and we were literally saying things like, I want tea. And then the next thing you know, they've already been preparing tea and it's being brought up. It's 107 degrees and you come back from walking a bazillion miles straight up temple steps, and you're like, I could use some ice cream, and here you go, here's an ice cream. It just happened. You don't even have to ask for it. It's just sort of happening because you're not resisting the flow. So you want to see, where are you cutting off the resistance? Where are you cutting off your receiving? Because maybe you don't feel worthy. Maybe you feel like you haven't earned it. Maybe you don't think you're deserving. And yet we are deserving. We are deserving of everything you ever wanted. The truth is, the divine is living through us. The divine is having an experience through us. One of the things that we saw over and over again in Egypt was the wings, one set of wings pointing up and one set of wings pointing down. And what that stood for was as above, so below. And I'll even add with the law of three, as above, so below, so within. So whatever you're thinking of is going to magnify. So are you giving enough good thoughts for what you truly want? And I'm going to really ask you, in between these two eclipses right now, or even if you're watching this and it's not in between eclipses, but this week we have a solar eclipse that happened on the 30th of April, and we have a lunar eclipse happening on early morning on the 16th. So really like the 15th of the night of the 15th and the early morning hours of next Sunday, basically. You have this super powerful lunar eclipse. It's going to be visible in the United States. So even if it wasn't an eclipse, it's a full moon. So you've got that full moon intensity, but the power is in the in-between. From the solar to the lunar, you have this stretch of time. They call it the liminal in-between. And I challenge you to get really pure on your thoughts in that time frame, because instant manifestations are real, and what you think will magnify. So really, if you're having a doubt day or a pain day or any kind of thing that you're feeling off, I want you to really try and rephrase it to, what I really want is this. I want you to really be spending some time. How do I want it? I have a beautiful teacher, and one of the lessons I got from her name is Elizabeth Purvis, is you get to have it any way you want it. So when you are a magician, when you're a change maker, when you are setting your mindset, it is going to come out the way you think it. So if you want it, you need to think it the way you want it. So let me state that even clearer. To create a manifestation, you want to see it the way you want it, and delete or cancel or recorrect to the universe. Just be like, no, that thought came into my mind, because you can't stop negative thoughts from coming into your mind, right? But you can stop the negative thought and reroute it. You can go, okay, I don't want that. That is not how I want it. What I really want is this. And you do. Yes, I see the comment. You get to have it any way you want it. So when you're in that energy, as it is happening in the way you don't want it, rewrite your story. And a neuro pathway requires more like 10 new thoughts to create a new thought form over the easy old pathway. So you want to cancel, break an old thought pattern, and then you need to reaffirm it in a multitude of ways. Visualize it. This is what I really want. And then see it. Visualize it. Imagine it. Feel it. What does it feel like in your body? What does that taste like? What does it smell like? And when you're actually starting to get those sensory experiences, you're going to actually start creating it. Your brain is going to start looking for it. It's going to start expecting it. It's going to start like creating opportunities for it to arrive. And then the next layer would be to actually help ask for it. Ask for it from the universe. Ask for it whether you give permission to your angels and guides. We really do have these amazing beings in spirit. You have a team. You have an entire team in spirit that is working for you, who really do have your back. They're always working with you. So ask your guides. And if you want to know a little more about that, I love the book by Sonia Choquette called Ask Your Guides. If you're like, how do I ask my guides? And I'll be happy to help you with that too. But that's the quickest, easiest method, is to just actually start saying it out loud, saying it in your mind's eye, and giving them permission. Because one of the things that your guides can do is they can give you a buffet. They can lay things in front of you. They can present things to you. But you have to act on it. It's like, oh, this is a synchronicity. I have to take that. I can't say that's just too good to be true. You must say, oh, I must have ordered that. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's kind of like the Amazon package. You asked for it, you thought it, and it arrives, and you have to like accept it. You have to be grateful for it. The more gratitude is in your attitude, the more the manifestations are going to come. The more gratitude is in your vibration, the more likely something's going to happen. So if you're 1 foot in, oh, this isn't possible, and 1 foot out, this is possible. Like, so it's like 1 foot in the it's not possible and 1 foot in the possible. You're more likely to get what you want if you're in the attitude of gratitude. So the frequency of gratitude is magnetic. It will actually start bringing you more. So if you're like, thank you, guides, please help me more. Thank you. Oh, this is great. I'm going to take it and I'm going to use this, and then thank you. And can you, yes, more of that for me, please, is going to continue the synchronicity line. But if you're in the, I don't know if this is worth it. It's in front of me, but I asked for it, but maybe I don't deserve it. Maybe it's for someone else. You're actually cutting off the flow, and it's less likely to keep coming. So the real trick is to ask for what you want. Keep in mind that your team in spirit, your guides, there's angels, there's spirit guides, there's ancestors, there's ascended masters, there's galactic helpers, there's all kinds of things working with us. They have only as much permission as you give them. If you are clear and you actually are like, I want this, they're going to bring it to you. And then it's your job to be like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And you can actually continue the manifestation chain by thanking in advance. Because if you're in the attitude of gratitude and you're like, thank you, thank you, thank you. What I really want is this. And I'm going to just put it in like an Amazon order and expect it to arrive. And then I'm going to thank it when it comes. And I'm going to be in that magnitude. It's going to continue to bring you things, but if you're just like, oh, universe, give me what I need. They actually don't know what you need, what you want, and what you desire. So they can just place some things in front of you. So I want you to think about this. The more clear you are, the more choice you make, the more you express in your mind's eye, visualize, imagine, write it down, think it, the more it's going to arrive. And the more instantaneous it is, the more you need to like grab it, hold on to it, and think it. You can't be like, oh, maybe. If you ask for it, you want to grab it, because that will create something called momentum. And then the next manifestation happens, and then the next manifestation, and you get into this actual place of certainty and expectation. And that's the magnetic field. So there's gratitude, there's expectation, and there is asking, knowing what you actually want and going for it. So here in this week, kind of coming back around to the beginning, this is a week of manifestation. Your new moon brought in new energies. It was a closing. It sort of had that phoenix blood fire eclipse energy of burning down the old, starting the trigger to the new. So here we are in the energy of, this is already mine. This is what I'm creating. This is what I want. And I want you to be like, get up in the morning and thank the day. My first thing I said this morning was, today is going to be a great day. Thank you. I am open to miracles and I'm open to possibilities. And I was a little late even to get on this video today because I was creating an opportunity for a massage, like a little window opened up in my day, and I got a massage, which was amazing. And you know, you set up for a certain amount of time, but in the attitude of, how can my day be even better? How can it be more joyous? How can it be like the best thing possible? We got talking about Egyptian oils, and she didn't even realize how much time had gone past. And actually, it seemed like I got an extra, amount just by being very generous and very happy and very open. So what is it that you're doing that creates the synergy of, it can be even better? It is already even better. So that's kind of like where I wanted to bring you. And I do want to show you some of my really neat little gifts. I want to thank Rima for this. This is an alabaster oil jar. So this would have been in the tombs with the oils, the essential oils. So I then went and I purchased some ceramic one. But this one is an Egyptian Horus. So that's one of my little pretties from my trip. And I had an amazing time. And so I'll just unpacking. People keep asking to share stories from your trip. I will share. One of them was on the essential oil experience. We had the opportunity to go into a temple. And it was like a temple I'd never even heard of. But what was really amazingly cool was on the walls was actually the recipes of the essential oils and how they were made and what they were used for and how they were anointing. And so they would have had these containers stored in that room. So that's just a little taste of my trip. But what I received from that was actually really important to me personally. I actually had a remembrance, a full body experience, almost multidimensional, where I couldn't separate in that moment between that moment that I was in and this past life, where just images of that room and how these oils had been used in that room and how I had been an anointing priestess in that space. So I guarantee that there's going to be a lot more essential oil trainings coming out in my future. There's going to be a lot more chakra teachings, because when you realize that they have been working with these parts of the body for at least 4,000 years, and these oils for at least 4,000 years, there's just something really important in that. When you see these places and you realize that there's something ancient in something you're remembering that this has been around for as long as there's been time. There's what I call a universal truth. So I guarantee you're going to be seeing more. I downloaded, before I left for Egypt, I had a receiving of the Pink Rose Gate program. And when I was in Egypt, I actually received the next piece, which is going to be called the Black Rose. And I'll be doing that. I'll be doing that later in the summer. So I did want to tell anybody, because I've had a few people go, what is the Pink Mystic Rose or the Pink Gate program? And I do have this deep understanding that that is going to be the beginning program for the things that we're going to be doing. And it has to do with making sure that you understand how divine you are and helping you transition into your true soul's purpose. I know that I am a journey maker, the guardian at the gate, to help someone go through the gate, walk through this gate of compassion and unconditional love. And to me, that's what the Pink Rose is all about, is that transition into full embodiment of your soul's journey. And also that place where you're actually expressing yourself fully as a divine experience. So if that is something you're interested in, I invite you. I have, I've left the door open to that program. We've only had one call. We have a recording of that call. So if it is something that you are really interested in, we have our next call Thursday night at 7. So please sign up for this Pink Rose Gate if it is something that calls to you, because I guarantee that this is going to be one of the deepest things I've ever done on an energetic level. I am so clear on the codes and how this is going to be a progression through the mysteries that I understand of the spiritual divine. So if I can help you, please hop on board. I also have a basic theta healing class coming up this weekend. So if that is something you've been waiting for, I won't be teaching it again until August. So basic theta healing this weekend, Pink Rose Gate this week. And I want you to just really lean in to this eclipse weekend with what are you manifesting? What are you creating? Get really clear on what you want, because you get to have it any way you want it. Then hop on the synchronicity train and just go. Just go. Start looking for the clues. Start asking your brain to show it to you. Start asking your guides to deliver it. So let's just do a quick little activation of that. So I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to just connect into your body, into your alignment. I want you to imagine that there's a beautiful ball of light all the way around you. And that inside that ball of light, you are creating an alignment within your body. Anything that is out of alignment is being released. Just imagine it releasing. You don't even have to know what it is anymore. You can let it go. So just imagine releasing anything that is out of alignment and activating your true, straightforward, aligned path. Aligning your body, aligning your chakras, and connecting to the codes, this 50% of the way between eclipses, activating the codes within you for your true soul divine mission and purpose. And be really clear, activating it, connecting to it, feeling like it is all yours. It is yours. It is easy. It is safe. It is possible. Connecting to the instant manifestation, connecting to the timeline that this is already true for you. Being in the energy of it is already mine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful and thankful this is mine. I'm so grateful and thankful for the alignment. I'm so grateful and thankful, and I allow the activation to come through me. I allow that which is mine to come to me, and I magnetize that which my desires are calling in at a soul level. And I am proud and I am worthy and I am deserving, and it is already mine. So I open up to receive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Above you, below you, to the right of you, to the left of you, in front of you, behind you, within and without. This is already yours through time and space, dimension and reality. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. And so it shall be. Just feel that energy. I love you. And just remember to really stay in the positive thought, the magical thought forms, the miracle timing and alignment. I know that this is a week where I'm really dedicating myself. I made a commitment to really step into my true power when I was in Egypt, and during that time I had my calling orders come through from Isis. She was very clear that she expected me to bring forward 1,000 of her priests and priestesses. We are awakening. The priests and priestesses of this world are awakening to our gifts, into our powers, into our purpose. And so just remember, this is your time, and the time is now. And so I love you. Have an amazing, magical week. Oh, happy birthday, sister. I hope you're having a magical week. And to all of you, brightest blessings, and live magically.